If you and your team want to win more games on 2K26, this is the build you're going to want to make if you're running point guard. This is the best meta 3s and 5s point guard build in NBA 2K26. Bro, look how fast I am. And we're not even on a 6'1 or a 6'2. We're on a 6'4". And as you can see, we're moving and grooving pretty good out here, if you ask me. But before we get into the build, if you want a chance at some VC, drop a like on the video, comment the word GOAT, and of course, be subscribed to the channel. And shout out to PrizePicks, because without winning over there, I wouldn't be able to fund all these giveaways. If you want to try out PrizePicks, you can use code YoungDirk, and you'll get $50 in lineups when you place any $5 lineup, win or lose. And PrizePicks is super easy to use. First, you pick your sport, then select the category within that sport, and then pick your players and decide if they're going to go more or less. The more players you get right, the more money you make. Go ahead and click the link in the description and use code YoungDirk to get that $50 in lineups. Please play responsibly, and thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Okay, for the position, we're going with a point guard or shooting guard. It does not matter. I went with a point guard. For the height, we're going with 6'4". I'll explain why we went with this height specifically in a minute here. And then for the weight, we went 175 pounds. I feel like the lighter you are, the quicker you are. Even though it's like a small difference, I want every advantage with speed that I can get. And then our wingspan is going to be 6'5". All right, as a point guard in 3s and 5s, you gotta have a really high 3 because you're gonna be 3-hunting a lot. So we're gonna put our 3-pointer up to a 94. Then we're gonna use our 2 shooting specialization cap breakers to get it to a 96, and then 2 more cap breakers to get this to a 98. There's 2 reasons why we're not going with the 99. First off, I'm gonna get all the badges on Legend regardless because of my max badges, and I'll explain more in detail in the badge breakdown. And second, even with the shooting specialization cap breakers and the rest of my cap breakers, I still wouldn't be able to make the build exactly how I wanted if I went with the 99.3. Now, if you are S5 or higher, you will have enough caps to get this exact build with the 99.3. Anyways, why did we go with the 6'4" instead of the 6'1" or the 6'2"? Because if you did not know right now, there are a lot of guards still on the 6'1s and the 6'2s because you are slightly faster. Even with the same lightning launch and the same speed with ball, the smaller you are, the quicker you are. So don't worry, you guys, I'm always going to reach out to some of the best players in the world. And they all told me that I should go with the 6'4" because you're going to get contested a lot less compared to a 6'1" or a 6'2". And I don't even have Patty Mills unlocked yet, and I still was hardly getting contested on this build. And once I have Patty, it's gonna be game over. You can really shoot anything with the Patty Mills jump shot. And to be completely honest with you guys, to shoot with the 98 3-pointer is like playing this game on easy mode. It's already easy to shoot, but the 98 just makes it that much easier. I felt like on a lot of shots that I made, I mistimed it, but because the rating is so high, it still found its way in the basket. You can really shoot whatever on this build. As soon as you have that inch of space, just quick stop and let it fly, and you have a very good chance to make that shot. And speaking of quick stopping, that is huge on these small guards now that the fading from 3 has been nerfed. So you have to learn how to quick stop if you want to be elite on a small guard. And don't worry, in this video, I'm going to give you the quick stop tutorial. I'm going to get you guys right. Now, I understand in this video, there are clips of me playing on the 2s. But this is not a 2s build. This is a 3s and 5s build. If you play a good 6'8 or 6'9 on the 2s, you're gonna have a really hard time winning those games unless you just start with the ball and you play perfect, because to get a contest on a 6'8 or 6'9 guard that knows what they're doing is very, very hard. So keep that in mind. This is not a build you're really gonna wanna use on the 2s. This is a 3s and 5s build. Now, as for the mid-range, we are keeping it at an 84. Yeah, I want it a little higher, but you'll see later with my takeover that that's going to help us with that. And remember, we have all the shooting badges on Legend, and the midi has a bigger green window than the 3-pointers, so it's really not hard at all to make your midis with this build. And then for the free throw, this is a 5s build, so it's important that we have it. We're going to put this up to an 85. Now let's jump over to the finishing. Yes, this is a 3-hunting build, but to still be able to dunk is very important. And we're going to put our driving dunk up to an 87 to get some contacts and to get posterizer on silver. Listen up, this is important. The smaller the players are not as nearly as good as dunking as the 6'8s and the 6'9s. Like, it isn't even comparable. I've played on a 6'8 with posterizer on silver before, and the 6'8 when it came to dunking and getting contacts was way better. So keep that in mind. Now, for the contacts, I really was not attacking the basket that much because I was just playing my role, which is 300. But for the like 20 times, 20, 30 times I did attack the rim, I really didn't have any opportunities to get that many contacts because the defender is going to be so worried about your midi and your three that you're going to have open rim runs a lot, okay? So I only got 1 to 2 contacts throughout all those 20, 30 driving attempts. You're not going to get as near as much as a 6'8 or 6'9. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to dunk on people, you got to make a 6'8 or 6'9. This is not the build for that. This is not its role. It can still dunk, but you're not going to be catching bodies. The role of this build is to shoot the ball, run the offense, and pass the ball. Onto the playmaking. We are going to put our ball handle up to a 90 and then use plus 2 cap breakers here to get this to a 92. That's going to get us handles for days and unpluckable on gold. But the main reason we're going for the 92 is to get the Stephen Curry behind the back, aka the Curry slide, which is a must-have dribble move on a little guard. And I forgot to mention we're going to get handles for days on Legend with our max badges. You'll see that later in the video. And then for the speed with ball, we're going to go with an 86 and add plus 5 cap breakers here to get this to a 91, which will get us lightning launch on Hall of Fame. And we're going to plus 1 this to get this on Legend. As for the pass accuracy, and I'm laughing because if you know me, I never go high pass and I don't like to pass. But this is a 3s and 5s build, and if you want to win, you gotta pass. So we're going with an 85 pass accuracy that's going to get us that bailout on bronze, break starter silver, and dimer and versatile on gold. When you're 300 a lot, you're gonna mess up on your quick stops and you're gonna shoot an accidental fade. So I think it's important to be able to bail out when you're on this type of build. As for the rest of the passes, to be honest with you, I usually run a 65 pass. The difference is there, but I don't know, bro. I feel like on only specific passes, it was like a major difference that was like needed. Again, I was mostly playing 3s. On 5s, obviously it's going to make a massive difference. But if you're mostly a 3s player, if you wanted to go lower pass and make the build a little better, you could. But to be honest with you, this should be an offensive type build. As you'll see in the defense when we're talking about it, you're really not going to be guarding ball at all. That's just like not smart. You want to play with a lockdown. So I think it's good just to have the pass because that is the role. Like I said, your role is to score the ball and pass the ball. Realistically, I think the 85 pass is perfect. If you want to go higher or less, that's completely up to you. But I recommend you stick with the 85 pass. Onto the defense. We're going to put our perimeter to an 85, which is going to get us Challenger, On-Ball Menace, and Pick Dodger all on silver. We're going to put our Steal to a 73 to get Interceptor on silver. I know we don't get any badges with this, but we're going to max out our block to a 62. And then for our interior, we're going to put it up to a 41. Now for the defense, okay? This is not its role. We are 6'4". It's going to be hard to get contests on taller players. So we're mostly going to be guarding corner on this build. You can guard ball and get bumps, but if they're taller than you, it's just not the smart decision for your team for you to guard ball because you're going to be at a massive disadvantage. Now, if you're using this as a shooting guard in Pro-Am, you really don't want to be guarding 6'8", but the best shooting guard in the world right now is also playing on a 6'4", and he has a 41 interior, an 85 perimeter, and a 62 block. So again, this build can play defense, but to give your team the best chance to win, you ideally want to avoid guarding other guards that are above 6'6". And to finish off the build, we're going to put our agility up to a 79. All right, now that you got the build, it's time to get into the jump shot, the dribble moves, the dunks, the badges, the takeovers, the quick stop tutorial, and some live gameplay. Okay, so like I said, we're going to get all the shooting badges, handles for days, and lightning launch on Legend. And I really don't need or want anything else. Yeah, Challenger and On-Ball would be nice, and I could get those if I had more cap breakers because I get the 99.3. But other than that, I have literally everything that I want on this build. And remember, this is your build at the end of the day, and you can rearrange these badges however you want. But what you're looking at is what I personally recommend. I have 3 custom takeovers. They all boost the same thing, the midi and the speed with ball. And as you can see, we get a 99 speed with ball once we reach that level 5, and we are out there flying on the court. And the only difference between the takeovers is the takeover ability, and the one that I use the most is deep. All right, now I'm going to quickly teach you how to quick stop, so pay attention because you need to know how to do this if you're going to play on a little guard. But don't worry, this is very easy to do. So first things first, you see how I've been running and stopping? That's what the quick stop looks like without the shot. And to do this, all you have to do is hit your dribble move and run out of it, then let go of the left stick and right after, flick up on your right stick, and you're holding the right trigger the entire time. Once you get that down, just add the shot to it. So you're gonna hit your dribble move, run out of it, and when you're ready to shoot, let go of the left stick, and immediately after, flick the right stick up, and immediately after that, shoot the ball. And that's how you quick stop. Here's all my dribble moves and animations. I will never gatekeep or hide anything from you guys ever. So if you could drop a like on the video, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. Onto my jump shot, I'm using the Quentin Grimes base. But if I had Patty Mills unlocked, and if you have Patty Mills unlocked, use that base instead. For the releases, I'm using TJ McConnell, Baluba. My visual cue is release. My release speed is all the way up, and the blending is 50-50. As for my dunk packages, you guys know I'm a big believer in less is more. So for my contacts, I have on pro and small for my 2-foot moving dunks. And then I have on Devin Booker, and that is literally it. You could put on flashy hangs off one as well, but I just like to have it simple and easy like this. Now anyone can make a build look good in clips, so I wanted to show you some live gameplay so you can see how this build plays live in action. All right, here we go. We got a pretty good matchup. It's against a crew, and they have a pure lockdown with 99 perimeter. So this is going to be a good test for me. So first play, I'm getting the lock onto the guard. He shoots a terrible shot up. I thought we were going to get the board, so I was already leaking, and I gave up the open three. That is my fault. Anyways, when I'm on the threes playing a good team, on the first play, I know they're expecting me to 3-hunt. So I'm just going to push dribble right here, right to the basket to get the easy dunk. And now we're going to switch the matchups, and we're going to put the lockdown on the ball, and I'm going to guard the corner. And why is this guy glitched right here on the court? Do not pay attention to him. Come on, 2K. I'm trying to record a video. So our lock is going to play good defense throughout this play, and he's going to get the stop right here once we pick up the ball. I'm asking for it. I probably should have hit my man. He probably should have went to the basket, but that's okay. I had the crab. I didn't take it for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm just going to pass it back out. But now I'm popped. And I know that they don't know that I'm popped, and they're probably going to guard the three, as you can see, and I'm just going to run straight to the basket for the easy dunk. Again, on defense, I'm in the corner. This is important. We have a lockdown on our team, but it doesn't matter because he makes a 14%. That really wasn't a good shot. He probably could have got a better look, but hey, got to just tip your hats to him. He made a tough shot. So right here, I'm looking to get my three back. He's playing good defense so far. I'm going to get the reset, and I'm going to hit a nasty right stick cancel right into the quick stop, and we're going to get our three right back. Again, like I said, you gotta learn how to quick stop on these small players, and he's gonna try to quick stop. He puts up a terrible shot attempt. We played great defense. He's gonna foul, and now we got the ball back. And watch this right here. One dribble to the right into the escape into the Devin Booker. Green. That is a certified bucket right there. You gotta take advantage of that Devin Booker breakdown. It's a great move when your defender is playing you up really high. You're gonna get open, and you're gonna get a nice open three. And I don't know what he's trying to shoot. That was a terrible shot. His shot IQ is not the best. And I'm just going to take it right to the basket to give us an even bigger lead. Again, important, you got to guard the corner. I'm in the corner. I'm just going to hedge right there really quick. Now this guard's moving and grooving a little bit. Okay, 5 seconds left. I got to guard two here. I jumped. I don't know why he didn't shoot the ball. That would have been the smartest shot, but he's going to take that terrible shot. He's going to miss. I'm going to leak out. I didn't think I was behind the three, but I was, and I'm going to let it fly green. And now I got my badge. And once you got badge, you can shoot from Hong Kong, and it's so hard for the defender to guard you because you're a threat as soon as you cross half court. And great team defense right here. And I'm just gonna pull it out. Bang! It's too easy. Once I got badge, it is game over. 18-6. I thought this was gonna be a competitive game, and we are out here flooding them. The point guard is cold now. He hits a pretty good move right there, but he's gonna jump, and we get the 41% contest. He's just gonna go up, but the game is over. It's 18-8. I got badge. You can't stop me. Even if you're playing up high, it doesn't matter. Escape into the Curry slide. Get out of here. 21 points, 8 for 8 from the field. If you want to hit more shots, check out that video right there. It's gonna help you guys out. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Have a good day. Go out.